Hello everyone, good evening. Hello Prisha, hey Neha. Hello Puneet. Hello Umar. Can you all hear me? Hello Himanish. Good evening Preetam. Okay, let me change my name, rename. Everybody in? Hello Puneet. Can you all hear me? I hope I'm audible to everyone. Hello Ritik. Hello Charit, Neha, Bhavan. Yes, good to see all in active in the chat. Ritik, Kushan, Varshit. Okay. So as we are done with our grammar aspects, punctuations and the grammar. Hello Neha. So today we are working on the next, the last class. Were done with, yes, verbs, subject verb agreements, right? Followed by verb tenses. We are working on pronouns, nouns, and modifiers. Very interesting and quite easy to score well because they are like just one or two questions and they are not something that are not familiar with. However, they're tricky because the easiest one are often tricky ones. People we think they're simple people are a bit complicated sometimes, and complicated people are easier at times to understand. So yeah, sort something like, there's something like that with these tricky ones. Just one or two questions, and they're quite common also. You can easily identify this is a pronoun antecedent, means the pronoun belongs to this noun, the subject. Okay. Now everybody in, come on, focus. Come to the room, feel that this room is yours. You're sitting in the class, you're seeing me, you see all your friends in this Zoom room next to each other. You need to visualize and pay attention, and no other businesses like any deviations. Okay, this is only going to be 45-minute session, and then we will have, tomorrow also we have a class, right? So yes, we are almost about to come to the end of the writing section, which is punctuations are done, which comes under the boundary based questions. And this is your sense, form, and style or structure type of questions, which are all, of course, all based on your rules. So the rules with grammar are easier because you've been working with them for a very long time. Punctuations exclusively with semicolon, colon, and dashes. Commas, they're tricky ones, especially with the non-essential clauses. Okay. Pay attention and keep revising. That's the only thing that you can do. And yeah, master them and you can easily score pretty well. Okay. There shouldn't be any confusion. The rules are they're very straight, direct, simple. Just follow the rules. Okay. Only 19. Wait a minute. Savni, Shravya. Okay. Pratik. Come on. How is the energy? Low, high? First day of the week? Yes. All in good form? Right mood? Huh? Feeling good? No. Good, Preeta. Good to know. So keep up the energy until this 45 to 50 minutes and we shall have a great roller coaster of questions coming up. All right? Okay, let's move on. So what are pronouns? Chalo, first question. Right away in the chats. What are pronouns? What are pronouns? Majority of questions are asked from them, like subject verb agreements, likewise pronouns. Yes, Jashwant, Varshit, what are pronouns? Come on, just give me quick answers. The more you delay, we are moving to the next part. Okay. Jaswant says the words used on the place, in the place of nouns is called or are called. Okay, I get it. You're in speed, so yes, typo errors. So yes, very true. Anybody wants to contradict? No, 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 no. I have a different definition, ma'am. My so-called grammar teacher has taught us in a different way. Whichever way she taught, forget. Come to the SAT way. Okay? But this is the standard answer. Yes. Pronouns are replacements to your nouns because you cannot keep on using. Who was the one who just answered? Chalo, let me take his name. Jashwant has answered in the chat box. Jashwant says the words used on the place of noun is called pronouns. Jashwant has texted. I can't say Jashwant, right? So it becomes what do we call repetitive. Hence, to avoid that repetition, we use nouns as replacements to avoid repetitions and have more clarity in the sentence. For example, you have on your screens, Lisa is kind, she helps everyone. We are replacing the noun Lisa. Clear? So far, so clear? Okay. Charit, why are you not active these days? So there are different types of pronouns. We are already been using them quite frequently. You don't need to remember names. Please keep in mind. We are not working on the names. These are not your usual grammar, question and answers. They are only testing your editing skills. How good are you in editing and identifying and fixing the errors? That's it. But just for the basic brush up, so subject pronouns that you are using, they're also called as personal pronouns. Like I say, I am, you are, he is, she is, it, we, they. You're familiar with, right? She runs fast. So that's simplest example. Moving on, what are object pronouns that talks about who is receiving that action? Who is receiving the action? I want to sit on it. On it. Huh? Who is that it? The one who is taking action. That's going to take my weight. Right? I'm going to sit on it. I is your subject. Sit on it. It is the one who is receiving the action, right? So me, you, him, her, it, us, them all come under object pronouns. I got an example. I saw him at the mall. So who was the one who caught your, you know, like secretly who has gone to the mall without inviting you and somebody immediately called and did the spy work and say, hey, you know what? I saw him at the mall. All you're thinking that he was in his house or preparing for the exam, but wait, it's not entirely true. He's at the mall. I saw him. So this is how we all do love, enjoy, keep on updating our friends, what they do. We'll never say what we do. Okay, now those are all object pronouns. Moving on to possessive pronouns. These are tested. One question at least. Okay, and they're quite frequent ones, especially with this one. These, they and theirs, it and its. Here, possessive pronouns. This is tested. Okay, with contractions. So you will be given a possessive pronoun, one of the option, and also contractions. We'll talk about it in the upcoming slides. Okay, and this one, they and theirs, mine and mine. These are tested mostly. Okay. So possessive pronouns, what does it mean? Possessive pronoun. She's mine. The pen is mine. I don't want to give you. It is mine. So when you say mine, your, yours, his, her, hers, it's our, ours, their, theirs. So this clearly talks about pronouns, but possessive. That means you own it. It's your, all yours. Okay. Oh, so selfish. You're not sharing with anyone, huh? All right. Reflexive pronouns. When do we say reflexive? I did it myself. I need to take the test all by myself. I prepared for the test all by myself. So what does it mean? It's reflecting back to the subject. I, and when you say myself means I'm reflecting back on my attempt, okay, on my effort. So yourself, him, all that self words, okay, these are called emphatic pronouns, by the way. They're also known as reflexive pronouns also. Acha, as I said, you don't need to remember, but for sake of basics, all right, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. On she prepared herself for the test, right? Okay, next, demonstrative. As basic foundation, you should know these things. This, that, these, those are the demonstrative pronouns. So you're pointing out towards someone. That's why it's called demonstrative, right? This is my book. That is my book. They are my friends. Oh, sorry, those are my friends, not they. Then relative pronouns with these WH questions: who, whose, which, and that. We already worked on these two, right? They turn up to be your non-essential information. Whenever you have non-essentials, you often see them with which, who, and that. So the student who studies hard will succeed. If I say the student studies hard will succeed, no, that's the reason why I'm not using a comma. If I place a comma, then it clearly means I have to remove this part. Then the student hard will succeed. It's not making any meaning, right? That's the reason why I cannot place a comma. It is essential. Okay, moving on. So this is just general basic. Now, what exactly are you tested? Okay, your pronouns are tested, not like he, she, it, but you're tested on the antecedent. What are antecedents? To which noun this pronoun belongs. Let's say in the same sentence, there are two nouns. There are two people or two things. And there is no clarity if you're using it. Now, to which thing that it belongs to. There is no clarity. So you have to go back, check which is that subject to and where is it corresponding pronoun. Your job is to check all the time, not just once when you're in confusion. Go check or go back to the beginning of the sentence. Where is that subject and its connected pronoun? Am I clear? That's why it's called pronoun antecedent agreements. That means you have to go back to that noun that is corresponding to that particular pronoun. Pronouns must agree number and gender. Let's say the noun is in the form of tables and its antecedent has to be, let's say, tables are they. We end up saying they, right? Because we're talking about more than one, plurals and singulars also. You should take care. First, locate its subject or its relevant noun, and then check whether it is in singulars or plurals. Basing on that, your pronoun also changes. Clear? So, for example, everyone must bring their ID. We are talking about everyone. Every here means singular. Hence, it cannot be they. It can be his or her. So you've been very specific with these pronouns. So instead of saying their, that's incorrect. You are using his or her. So, so in simple words, if you have pronouns, watch out for its relevant noun. First, check to which noun this pronoun belongs to. If you find that noun is singular or plural, corresponding pronoun you can find out. Clear? There is no, it's not a rocket science. Very easy when we do it in the sentence format. Okay, the second tip. Here's only three things are tested. Of course, there are a few more. One is pronoun antecedent. That means to which that whichever pronoun you are trying to find, correct. First, check the noun part. Next, clear pronoun reference. Yes, avoid ambiguous pronouns. Ambiguous means, see, in between the sentence, there are many other nouns also. But which is that one which we need to find? You have to clear off, you have to remove that doubt. Okay, clarity must be there. That's why it's called ambiguous. Ambiguous means confusion. So you have to remove that confusion. For example, when Sam met Jake, he was nervous. Now I'm wondering, who are you talking about? Are you talking about Sam or Jake? See, there is no clear pronoun reference, and I will correct it as Sam was nervous when he met Jake. So you need to be clear. You have to mark your options, which give you clear picture, clear connecting noun to a pronoun. The third test tip or the third rule that's tested is keep pronouns consistent throughout the sentence or paragraph. Like I already told you, grammar is all about consistency. May it be subject verb agreements or verb tenses, for that matter, pronoun agreements. Okay. If a student wants to succeed, you must study. Where is this you coming from? So the person is student, which is singular, so we need to go a little more specific. So he or she. Since I don't know the student whether we are talking about boy or a girl, so I will be more specific by using the pronouns he or she. Am I clear? This is tested. Let's see few examples with that. Now, here's an example coming up. Let's see how you're going to work out. But as I told you, you have to first check whether the noun is a singular or plural. Once you identify whether the subject that you're identifying, you will find its relevant pronoun. Try this. First, identify where is the noun or its subject. Who is the subject here? Yes. There you go. This is your subject. The cocoa beans. That's your subject. Or I'll call this as singular nouns because it's just one we are talking about. Now find your options. Singular nouns means singular pronouns. Plural nouns means plural pronouns. This is the subject of the cocoa tree. The dash the source of cocoa butter. So what are we talking about? They are. Are we talking about plural? Are we talking about singulars? I found that one is. Yes, answers in the chats, everyone. Yes, Umar, that's correct. Yes, Preetham, very good. So B is your answer. Vishnu, correct, Bhavan? It is. Okay. So be it. It is your answer because we are talking about singular nouns. So it is the old. See, I can easily eliminate. First, I'll identify my subject. There you go. But I'll be little more cautious. I'll just check whether what is its relevant. What is the subject of this so-called text? Throughout it, I understand that it's talking about cocoa bean. Hence, it's going to be singular. So I'll quickly eliminate these are. One is no. They are no, because this is singular, it is. Okay? You can easily eliminate by checking your subjects. Now, this is little foggy, but I hope it's clear and visible. If it's visible, let me know. If it isn't, then we'll move to the next part. Try this out. I think it's visible. Ah, it is visible. Careful. What are the four options? Identify the four options. Look, what question is this? The question first, identify the category of the rule. What is the rule? On your test day, you get the same question. What is the rule? The rule is, yes, as you can see, it, they, those, one. Ach, this is clearly talking about pronoun testing, pronoun agreements. Okay. Now, once you have come to an idea that this is pronoun testing, what is the next thing that you have to look out for? Check out for the consistency of pronouns. Consistency wise, we have both plurals and singulars. But go back to the text now. What is your subject? In this case, look for the noun that refers back to the pronoun, which is, what is that we're talking about? The instrument. The instrument must have at least 23 bells, if not dash considered a chime. So, what are we talking about? Singular nouns, instrument. Very good, Neha, Vishnu, everyone, Preetam. Very good. Shravya, that's correct. Himansh, correct. Okay. Yes, option A, everyone. Yes, Dhavan. Correct. Option A. I think you got the context. So you have to go according to the subject, the number, and the, yes, persons. Okay. If it's singular, you have to find out for singular pronoun. If it's plural, plural pronoun. And consistency should be there. Let's move on to the next discussion for things. How do you identify with things? It and its, if it's singular. Plural is they, them, their. Now, pronouns it and its and they are there are used to refer singulars and plural things for cities, books, and painting, and these are tested. So, a singular noun must replace with a singular pronoun. That's what I've just said when we're talking about things. So, why is the first sentence incorrect, especially with the tomato? Because we are talking about a fruit. It is not they, it has to be it. Likewise, with plural nouns must be replaced with plural pronouns. We are talking about tomatoes, plural, it has to be they. Now, keeping that rule intact, just keep in mind that one person or multiple people, you have to be careful in choosing your answers. First, identify how many people this is talking about, one or multiple. Who are we talking about? After blank. So, Mae Jemison become the first Afro-American woman. So, I think the subject is very clear. We're talking about a singular noun, one person. So, we have to choose singular pronoun and it will be yes, option B. Very good. So, how many of you marked option B? Let me see. Yes, everyone. Tanushri, correct. Option B. Okay, you got it. So always look out for the subject. Okay. That's the whole point. Only subject will justify your right pronouns. How about this? Okay. What if you have the profession? Okay. Like architect, doctor. I don't know whether it is, we are talking about the gender here. Which gender they're talking about. In that case, you can choose he or she, his or her, him or her. Okay. Now, yeah, I already gave you an answer here. Try out. Working memory, the ability to consciously hold and manipulate new information in the mind, is an effortless process. In particular, neurons in persons prefrontal or cortex must work together in synchrony to focus dash thoughts. Whose thoughts? Yes, whose thoughts? Since I don't know whom we are talking about, so I will quickly plug in. Yes. C. His or her thoughts. Since thoughts, I don't know who these thoughts belong to. So I'll be more specific with my answer. Okay. One, you, we. These are the pronouns we use to talk about people in general. Pronouns must remain consistent throughout and not mix and match. If there is we, what is its associated pronoun? To consciously hold and manipulate new information mentally, we must make a concerted effort. In particular, neurons in the prefrontal cortex must work together in synchrony to focus dash thoughts. Whose thoughts? We. What is the possessive form of we? Our. Very good. B is your answer. Correct. Kushal, why? Multiple answers. Our. Very good. So the possessive form of we is our. All right, here's one more. So what's the rule when pronoun refers to a noun that is missing? Okay, sometimes you have a pronoun, but I don't know to which noun it belongs to. In that case, opt for nouns. Okay, don't look out for any pronouns. Directly, you can plug in the name of that noun or that person that we are talking about. Okay, hence your answer here is, because I don't know to whom this pronoun belongs to, because there are two people here. So I'll be more specific. Always choose noun over pronoun. Why? Pronouns are confusing. I don't know who's this she, he belongs to. So I'll be more specific. I'll choose a noun form. Okay. Choose nouns over pronouns. That's the rule. Hence, your answer is C. Gary is known. Very good. Are you all on the same page? Are you all with C, agreeing with C? Yes. Yes, Umar. Very good, Bhavan. Yes, Rishit. Correct. Okay, yes. Okay, okay. Vishnu, what's your answer? Cherit? Yes, Vishnu. That's correct. Good. Okay, let's move on. Now the same rule apply here. Choose noun over pronoun for more clarity. First, what are we talking about? Yes, everyone? Let's see what's your answer. Correct, Shravya. Why they, Kushal? What did I tell you for more clarity? What is they? Do you think they is giving you more clear clarity of who, what we are talking about? Here we are talking about the bicycle riders, not they. So, produced by Boston-based startups Super Pedestrian, a new device called Copenhagen Wheel can be slipped onto any bicycle. We are talking about the bicycles over here to provide electronic boost, okay, with the so-called number of watt motor and 48-volt lithium battery. It can produce more than 4 times the energy created by regular pedaling. Dash can use. Who can use? If you say they, who are they here? I didn't get it. I don't have any idea where who to whom this they belong to. Then it becomes ambiguous, confusion. Okay. I want to clear my confusion. Yes, Kushal. So this your answer is the bicycle riders. And you know when a sentence begins with a noun, it is very clear who the subject is. Clear? Noun over pronoun. Keep that in mind. Noun over pronoun rule also applies for this and that and for its plural forms also. Try out while blank has numerous has. What are we talking about here? Yes. Huh? Be very specific here. Choose nouns over pronouns. Hence our answer is very good. It is this technology. While this technology, if you say this, only this, what is this? This is a demonstrative pronoun. What are you demonstrating? Where are you pointing me towards? I'm not clear. So none of these work when you have a long paragraph like this, where there are multiple nouns like internet, we have internet, then classroom, online gaming, web. What are you referring me to? So all these aspects come under one umbrella, which is technology, internet, uh, electronic banking, online gaming, then all the interactions, they all come under technology. This technology has numerous benefits. It has some drawbacks as well. Yes. So your answer is D. This technology. Very good, Charit. Good, everyone. Now that's all with your pronoun antecedent agreements. That means you have to find out where is your subject. Once you identify the noun part, check whether it's singulars or plurals. Relevant to it, you do have to find your pronouns. Keep in mind when you are confused whether to use pronouns or nouns, your first what do you say, your first priority should be for nouns because nouns give more specificity. Pronouns as such are very confusing. That's why tested. Okay, they confuse the reader. Okay, now pronouns and apostrophes. Quickly tell me, what are apostrophes? Yes, how do you represent apostrophe? What is the symbol for apostrophe? When do we use apostrophes? Only in two scenarios. What are they? Apostrophe. Heard about this name? Apostrophe? Very
V.
commonly tested with pronouns. We have two rules for it. One, apostrophes on pronouns represent contractions. What does contractions means? We'll talk about it. Possessive pronouns do not get apostrophes. Keep in mind, that's why you're tested. There's little confusion with this apostrophes with pronouns. Okay. First pronoun, when you're using pronouns as contractions, you use apostrophe. But possessive pronouns, we don't use apostrophes. Okay, when such a construction is given, you have to be mindful whether the question is testing your contraction skills. I mean, whether you know whether the given word is a contraction or is it a possessive pronoun. You have to read, then you will understand what the subject is and what exactly we need a possessive pronoun or not. So it is purely context. Now, what is a contraction? Yes. What does contraction means in grammar aspects?
A short
Yes,
form of a word.
exactly, dear. So a short form of two words brought together, wherein apostrophe, this is your apostrophe, this one, this is the symbol where you will place, okay, apostrophe S. So replaces the missing letter. We are not testing this particular apostrophe S, but we are testing this contraction aspect on the SAT. Misusing contractions versus possessive pronouns is a classic trap. That's exactly what I said. You've been tested on the possessive pronouns, and possessive pronouns do not come with apostrophes. Contractions come. Let's see which one of those. Okay. These are the most common ones. Out of these, shiz. Yeah. Just read. How do you identify whether this is a contraction or or apostrophe or a possessive pronoun? Yeah. By reading it. She is my friend or she's my friend. You can't have a possessive pronoun is shiz. She is. Here is a contraction. Likewise, it is. Possessive pronouns do not come with apostrophes. They're plain like this. This is possessive pronoun. This one is your, it is my family. It's my family. Okay. Let's understand few questions. So watch out. It's here means it is or it has. Oh, yes. I forgot to mention even it has. Okay. So I have a pet and it's pretty it's got uh nice mane. Okay. So it's here means it has, right? So we'll move on to understand more on this. So this is what it is here. It means possessive. There again possessive. Your means possessive. Whose means possessive. The common ones are these. Only these are the ones which are commonly tested. So try this out with the possessive pronoun and contractions tested with pronouns. Read the entire paragraph. Then you'll understand. See, when you see pronouns changing in your answer choices, you have to highlight the noun or pronoun that the blank is referring back. Okay. So the popularity of the slow lorries as an exotic pet is due to blank large eyes. Due to what? Due to, yes, it's ownership of large eyes. So I will go with A or D. Which one? Huh? Let's see. Kushal, B. Why is D? Why is it D? What is it asking? Whose large eyes are we talking about?
Man, this low Lores.
So how is it D? What is the possessive pronoun form of it? It's belonging. So who has large eyes? Lori has. So whose eyes it belongs to? Lori. So it is apostrophe. So we don't need to use apostrophe. What are possessive pronouns? They do not come with apostrophes. Okay. So A is your answer, not D. D here means contraction, dear. This is clearly testing your contraction. Here, read out. It's large eyes. Here it means contraction. It is large eyes. How is it meaningful? No, it's awkward meaning, right? The sentence formation is awkward. So we are not talking about they or there because it's only one. So immediately we'll strike off these two because our subject is only singular, pet. What is it? Slow lorries. Huh. So I will quickly eliminate B and C. Now watch out for possessive pronoun because we are talking about large eyes, someone's eyes. So this large eyes belongs to Loris. Hence, I will go with its possessive pronoun. We do not use any apostrophes with its. Someone's belonging. We are talking about animal here. That's why its. Okay, now let's understand something about nouns. Like pronouns, nouns also come with, yes, not just all apostrophes are tested with pronouns. We can also look out for the nouns part also. Okay, so the question here is, just a minute. Nouns also come with apostrophes like James. Whose book is it? James' book, right? The belongingness. Okay. You know how to place an apostrophe, right? If you are talking about her blank include environmental crisis and social inequalities. Her what? Her what? We are talking about plurals. And plural, you know how we write with plural? This. If you write books, okay, like this, then it is singular book. But we are talking about many books of hers, right? So many of her books subjects include topics. Subjects means topics include environmental crisis, social inequalities, two things. So that's why it's subjects, topics. So those who marked A, it's correct. Very good. Preetham, why is it B, dear? Book subjects? What is book subjects? Where is the belonging here? Nouns also come with apostrophes of belonging. We want to establish belongingness there. Yes, I thought so, Prita. Difference between books and books. You want to know difference, Tanushri? Books is the general books, but whose books it belong to? It belongs to this so-called what? Jemison, Jemison, Jemison. Whatever. The minute I come down, I'll forget whose book it is because that's not relevant. We are looking surroundings, finding answers by reading the surroundings. Okay. So Tanushri, are you asking me or are you telling me? Like, okay, I consider that you are telling us. Okay. The final aspect of your grammar after pronoun and its agreements, nouns and pronoun apostrophes, here's something called modifiers. Very, very important. You're actually doing this. Remember, we have done those introductory phrases and we have plugged commas and then we had a main clause coming up. All those are what? They're all modifiers. If you unplug and read, you will bring the subject and the verb together. If you remove that unnecessary as clause. Okay. So commonly you find modifiers with ing phrases or ed verbs or noun phrases are usually separated from rest of the sentence with commas. These are nothing but your non-essential clauses. So describing phrases, also known as modifiers, can be tested in terms of wording, not just punctuation. So until now you have seen when you find ing phrase like running is her hobby. So she does that often. So until now, you're trying to this running, or let's say calling the birds. She has something. So this was an introduction to this main clause. Okay. So all those introductions you will keep in mind, and then you are trying to punctuate using commas. Okay. But now we will see how to work with the wordings actually. So can you spot the error here in the sentence? The following sentence has an error. Have you identified? Did you spot the error? May with organic oils and plant butters, no sold out his natural cap soaps at the craft fair. What's wrong with this? Do you feel something is wrong, or is it everything is fine over here? So we understand the soaps are made up of organic oils and plant butters. But if I read this, it seems like no is made up of these natural soaps. Okay. So to make it more clear, yes, is it may, ma'am? Yes. So made with organic oils and plant butters. If you, there is definitely an error which is called a misplaced modifier. So what is happening in this case? Made with organic oils and plant butters are actually confusing us, and they need to bring, you have to bring this together. Like you eliminate all this. May sold out his natural soaps at the craft fair. Okay. So the problem is your subject is somewhere else and your verb is away all the way. Here, no, I didn't sell it. May with organic oils and plant butters sold out his. So you have to bring the describing phrase or modifier, check out for the subject and its verb, action word next to it. Okay. So this is how we can better our sentence. So you will write something like made with organic oils and plant butters. Noah's natural soap sold out, because it's very clear what is he selling and what are it made up of. Okay. See, May is the name of that some person, and is she made with organic oils and plant butters? No, not at all. So no sold out his natural soaps made with organic oils and plant butters at the craft fair. So you have to be clear to bring your subject and verb together. That's what you have to do. Let's do this. You can rewrite the sentence by bringing the subject and verb next to each other. So studying the impact of these posts, studying this impact is your introductory phrase with INGs. Okay. So that's clearly talking about, it's a modifier basically. So you need to bring your, we have different subjects here. One, we have researchers finding. Researchers found a reduction in fine particulate. There was reduction. So how do you start a sentence? We need a, what do we need? We need a subject, right? Because this is a fragment. Studying the impact of these posts is your fragment. It's an introductory phrase, and we need a main clause. So where is the main clause which has meaningful, complete meaningful sentence and it can stand out? Studying the impact of these posts, researchers found reduction in fine particulate concentration levels in these locations. B is your answer. How? If you look at each beginning of the answer choice, you'll find It is referring to someone who studies something, researchers' findings, researchers found, reduction in. So we need a reduction. No, here we are talking about a person here. Can findings, if so, some of you are going with A, huh? Option B, correct. Why is it not A? Researchers' findings were reduction. You researchers' findings cannot study something, right? Somebody should do it, and that somebody's researchers found. That's your verb. What they found, a reduction in fine particulate concentration. Clear? These are your modifiers. You'll get at least 2 questions. So that's the end of today's discussion. So noun, apostrophes, pronoun antecedents, and then you have modifiers. Well, I've already posted some new questions. Please go through them and let's see how we can work further. Okay. Any questions?